Think you can guess which Hollywood actresses pass down their irresistible looks to their daughters? Let's put your memory to the test. We'll show you a picture of the actress at the same age as her daughter, and you try to guess who the daughter is before we reveal her name. Keep track of how many you get right and let us know your score in the comments. Ready? Let's begin. Brooke Shields and Greer Hammond Henchy share a warm, close relationship. A surprising moment came when Greer chose a life outside the limelight, opting for privacy while still supporting her mother. Brooke is 59 and Greer is 20. Andie MacDowell and her daughter Margaret share a strong and supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Margaret stepped into acting and immediately found success, especially with her role in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Andie is 65 and Margaret is 29. Angelina Jolie and her daughter Shiloh share a deeply connected bond. A surprising moment came when Shiloh, known for her tomboy style, publicly expressed her gender preferences, with Angelina fully supporting her. Angelina is 49 and Shiloh is 18. Anna Wintour and her daughter Bea share a strong relationship based on mutual respect. A surprising moment occurred when Bea, known for her quiet life, stepped into the fashion world, taking on a role that brought her into the spotlight. Anna is 75 and Bea is 34. Blythe Danner and Gwyneth Paltrow have a loving, close relationship. A surprising moment came when Gwyneth launched Goop, and Blythe, though from a different generation, enthusiastically supported the brand. Blythe is 80 and Gwyneth is 53. Carrie Fisher and Billie Lourd shared an incredibly tight-knit bond. A surprising moment came when Billie Lourd, despite being in her mother's shadow, embraced acting and became an outspoken voice for mental health awareness. Carrie is 68 posthumously, and Billie is 31. Catherine Zeta-Jones and her daughter Karis share a supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Karis confidently entered the world of fashion modeling, following in her mother's footsteps with elegance. Catherine is 55 and Karis is 20. Cindy Crawford and Kaya Gerber share a unique bond, rooted in both their modeling careers. A surprising moment came when Kaya quickly became one of the top models of her generation, taking the fashion world by storm. Cindy is 59 and Kaya is 23. Courtney Cox and her daughter Coco share a loving and close bond. A surprising moment occurred when Coco chose to stay out of the public eye for a while, despite her famous parents. Courtney is 60 and Coco is 19. Debbie Reynolds and Carrie Fisher shared a deep, loving bond. A surprising moment came when Carrie Fisher published a candid memoir, shedding light on her personal life and relationship with her mother. Debbie, who passed away in 2016, was 93, and Carrie, who passed in 2016, was 68. Demi Moore and Tallulah Willis share an open, supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Tallulah publicly shared her mental health struggles and body image issues, becoming a voice for self-acceptance. Demi is 62 and Tallulah is 30. Denise Richards and Simi Sheen share a close, supportive bond. A surprising moment occurred when Simi, despite being in the public eye, took to social media with her own voice, making waves and expressing her independence. Denise is 54 and Simi is 20. Diane Ladd and Laura Dern share a strong, nurturing relationship. A surprising moment came when Laura, in an interview, revealed how Diane's guidance and wisdom helped shape her career and personal life. Diane is 88 and Laura is 56. Deanne Lane and her daughter Eleanor Lambert share a supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Eleanor decided to pursue a creative career of her own, stepping outside her mother's acting legacy to explore the arts. Deanne is 60 and Eleanor is 26. Gillian Anderson and her daughter Piper Anderson share a loving bond. A surprising moment came when Piper, despite growing up in the limelight, chose to follow her own artistic path, embracing her individuality. Gillian is 56 and Piper is 27. Goldie Hawn and Kate Hudson share a close and loving relationship. A surprising moment occurred when Kate launched her successful business Fabletics, showing her entrepreneurial spirit that surprised many who expected her to follow in her mother's acting career. Goldie is 79 and Kate is 44. Gwyneth Paltrow and her daughter Apple share a close bond. A surprising moment came when Apple, despite being raised in the public eye, chose to stay out of the spotlight and embrace a quieter life. Gwyneth is 53 and Apple is 19. Heather Locklear and her daughter Ava Sambor share a strong, supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Ava, despite being raised in Hollywood, chose to pursue a quieter life away from the public eye. Heather is 63 and Ava is 25. Heidi Klum and her daughter Lenny share a loving, supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Lenny, at just 16, made her modeling debut, stepping into the spotlight with ease, just like her mother. Heidi is 51 and Lenny is 19. Hilary Duff and her daughter Banks Byers share a joyful, loving bond. A surprising moment came when Hilary, despite her public career, decided to raise Banks with as much privacy as possible, keeping their family life under wraps. Hilary is 37 and Banks is 5. Ivana Trump and her daughter Ivanka share a close, supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Ivanka stepped into politics, leading a career shift that surprised many who expected her to follow in her mother's footsteps. Ivana is 75 and Ivanka is 43. Jada Pinkett Smith and her daughter Willow share a deep, open relationship. A surprising moment came when Willow, known for her bold fashion choices and music, became a voice of independence, breaking expectations. Jada is 53 and Willow is 23. Janet Leigh and Jamie Lee Curtis shared a deeply loving bond. A surprising moment occurred when Jamie Lee Curtis, despite her mother's legacy in horror films, shifted to writing children's books and advocating for body positivity. Janet, who passed away in 2004, was 96, and Jamie Lee is 64. Jennifer Garner and her daughter Violet share a strong, loving bond. A surprising moment came when Violet, despite growing up in the public eye, chose to stay out of the limelight and lead a private life. Jennifer is 53 and Violet is 18. Jerry Hall and her daughter Georgia share a supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Georgia, despite growing up in the limelight, made a name for herself in fashion, stepping into the modeling world with poise. Jerry is 68 and Georgia is 31. Judy Garland and Liza Minnelli shared a deep, loving bond. A surprising moment came when Liza, despite being the daughter of a famous actress, became one of the most iconic performers of her generation. Judy, who passed away in 1969, was 47, and Liza is 77. Julia Roberts and her daughter Hazel share a close, nurturing relationship. A surprising moment came when Hazel, despite being in the public eye, expressed her desire for privacy and a life outside of Hollywood. Julia is 57 and Hazel is 19. Kathy Hilton and her daughter Paris share a close relationship, with Kathy guiding Paris through her life and career. A surprising moment came when Paris, known for her glamorous lifestyle, began advocating for mental health awareness. Kathy is 66, and Paris is 42. Kim Basinger and her daughter Ireland share a close supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Ireland, despite being raised in Hollywood, chose to step away from acting to focus on modeling and social media. Kim is 71 and Ireland is 29. Kyra Sedgwick and her daughter Sosie share a close relationship. A surprising moment came when Sosie chose to pursue acting with roles that showed her unique talent, branching out from her mother's iconic roles. Kyra is 59 and Sosie is 31. Lisa Bonet and her daughter Zoe share a deep bond. A surprising moment came when Zoe, despite growing up in the limelight, embraced her individuality and established herself as a successful actress and model. Lisa is 56 and Zoe is 34. Lucy Lawless and her daughter Daisy share a supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Daisy, despite being in a famous family, chose to pursue a career outside of acting, showing her independence. Lucy is 56 and Daisy is 23. Madonna and Lourdes share a close, supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Lourdes, despite being raised in the spotlight, chose to make her own name in fashion and modeling, stepping out of her mother's shadow. Madonna is 66 and Lourdes is 28. Marshalline Bertrand, who was a beloved figure in Hollywood, shared a loving bond with her daughter Angelina. A surprising moment came when Angelina took her mother's humanitarian legacy to new heights as a UNHCR ambassador. Marshalline, who passed away in 2007, was 70, and Angelina is 49. Maria Grazia Cucinotta and her daughter Giulia share a loving, supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Giulia decided to pursue a career in art, stepping away from the entertainment industry. Maria is 54 and Giulia is 22. Maureen O'Sullivan and Mia Farrow shared a loving bond. A surprising moment came when Mia, despite her famous mother's legacy, became an advocate for children's rights, expanding her impact beyond acting. Maureen, who passed away in 1998, was 85, and Mia is 80. Melanie Griffith and Stella share a close bond. A surprising moment came when Stella, despite growing up in Hollywood, chose to focus on education rather than acting, surprising many who expected her to follow in her mother's footsteps. Melanie is 67 and Stella is 25. Meryl Streep and Grace Gummer. Meryl Streep and Grace share a close relationship. A surprising moment came when Grace decided to pursue theater, stepping into her own career with an artistic vision different from Meryl's film legacy. Meryl is 75 and Grace is 37. Milla Jovovich and Ever share a close relationship. A surprising moment came when Ever made her debut in modeling and acting at a young age, showing her natural talent and independence. Milla is 48 and Ever is 16. Monica Bellucci and Diva share a loving relationship. A surprising moment came when Diva, despite growing up in the public eye, stepped into the modeling world, making a name for herself with elegance. Monica is 60 and Diva is 25. Naomi Judd and her daughter Winona shared a deep bond. A surprising moment came when Winona, after public struggles, made a powerful return to the music world, reconnecting with her roots and honoring her mother's legacy. Naomi, who passed away in 2022, was 76, posthumously, and Winona is 59. Nicole Kidman and her daughter Sunday share a loving relationship. A surprising moment came when Sunday, despite being raised in Hollywood, chose to lead a more private life away from the media's eye. Nicole is 58 and Sunday is 15. Reese Witherspoon and her daughter Ava share a loving bond. A surprising moment came when Ava, despite growing up in the spotlight, chose to live a more private life away from the media's gaze. Reese is 49 and Ava is 24. Robin Wright and her daughter Dylan share a supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Dylan, despite growing up in the limelight, chose to pursue a career path in modeling and acting, independent of her family legacy. Robin is 59 and Dylan is 32. Salma Hayek and her daughter Valentina share a loving bond. A surprising moment came when Valentina, despite being raised in the spotlight, chose to pursue a quieter life away from the public eye. Salma is 58 and Valentina is 15. Sarah Jessica Parker and her daughter Tabitha share a loving relationship. A surprising moment came when Tabitha, despite being raised in the spotlight, chose to stay out of the public eye and focus on her education. Sarah is 60 and Tabitha is 14. Sharon Osbourne and Kelly share a complex but strong bond. A surprising moment came when Kelly, after years in the spotlight, became a vocal advocate for mental health and body positivity, showing her independence. Sharon is 72 and Kelly is 39. Sharon Stone and her son Roan share a loving bond. A surprising moment came when Roan, despite growing up in the spotlight, decided to step away from the entertainment industry and focus on his education. Sharon is 67 and Roan is 28. Susan Sarandon and her daughter Eva share a beautiful, supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Eva, despite being raised in Hollywood, chose to focus on writing and advocating for children's rights. Susan is 78 and Eva is 39. Tina Knowles and her daughter Beyoncé share a strong, close bond. A surprising moment came when Beyoncé, despite already being a global superstar, launched her fashion line Ivy Park with Tina's support. Tina is 71 and Beyoncé is 43. Tippi Hedren and Melanie Griffith share a deep, supportive relationship. A surprising moment came when Melanie decided to shift her career toward directing and producing, showing independence from the acting roles that made her famous. Tippi is 93 and Melanie is 67. Uma Thurman and her daughter Maya share a close bond. A surprising moment came when Maya, despite growing up in the spotlight, decided to carve her own path in acting and music, stepping into the spotlight with confidence. Uma is 55 and Maya is 25. Vanessa Paradis and her daughter Lily Rose share a close, supportive bond. A surprising moment came when Lily Rose, despite being raised in the public eye, chose to forge her own path in modeling and acting, showing her independence. Vanessa is 52 and Lily Rose is 25.